Hi, I'm Daisy Rubinstein and I'm the evaluation researcher on the C4W or Conservation for Wellbeing project. I'm also an art therapist, which means I work mainly to support people to explore their thoughts and feelings through working with art materials. So I'm really interested in how you all have found working with the archives and learning about conservation. In my work, I meet people struggling with all sorts of mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, people who may have experienced loss of different types, perhaps losing some of their physical health, or losing family members, and people who have been through periods of challenge and change. And right now, of course, we know that with the COVID-19 pandemic, lots of people are experiencing that, and this can have an effect on mental health as well. So I'm really pleased that the C4W project has been able to reach you all at home during this time, hopefully helping you to be able to engage with the project while staying safe as well. So I'm here making this video in my therapy room at home to explain a bit about the research that is running alongside the project. The research element is about understanding how participating in the project has affected your well-being, as well as how or why it might have had these effects. So because of that, there are two parts to the research. The first part of the research involves these research cards or umbrella cards, which have two sides. The front of these cards are the side with the wellbeing umbrellas on. The umbrellas are designed to help us understand how the project has impacted your sense of wellbeing, so you might be asked to fill these out at the beginning or the end of your conservation sessions. We'd like you to take your time filling out the cards, to make sure we get a good sense of how you're feeling from week to week throughout the project, and to see if we can notice any patterns emerging as the project goes on. It's really important that you remember to put the date and your initials on the card, so they're kind of anonymous, but just so that we can keep track of whose form belongs to who. So let's take a look at the card and think about how we might fill them in. We can see there are six sections on the umbrella. These ask you to think about how active, alert, enthusiastic, excited, happy and inspired you're feeling each week. And you can see down at the bottom that we're using number 5 if you feel extremely enthusiastic, for example. 3 is in the middle if you feel fairly enthusiastic, and 1 is if you're not feeling enthusiastic at all. So looking at these, if it were my first week attending the project, I might feel really excited about finding out what kind of things I'll be doing, or I might feel more nervous and therefore less excited in the early weeks, and more excited later on when I was used to the routine of the sessions. Or I might not find the sessions exciting, I might find them relaxing or calming instead. Depending on the type of session, whether it's a very practical session with lots of doing, or a more theoretical one with more thinking, I might feel more or less alert at the end of that session. So when you fill in the card, use it as a chance to take a moment, take your time to check in and see how you're feeling. On the other side of the card are 2 questions or prompts. The first one is what, if anything, felt meaningful, significant or special to you about the activity today. The most important words in that sentence are to you. What we're hoping to find out here is what has resonated for you, whether it be something you learnt about which was important to you, something which sparked a memory, or just what the day's session made you think of personally. There are no wrong answers. We're really just interested to hear all your thoughts. The second question is, in what ways do you feel learning conservation skills might benefit your well-being? Again, there's no wrong answers here. You can write anything that you think is important about the project or that contributes to any positive effects you feel it's having on your mood or your energy, for example. So the second part of the research, as some of you know, includes the focus groups or reflective discussions. These discussions give us a chance to have a bit more of a chat, for you to reflect on how you found the project, and for me to support you in gathering your thoughts and feelings together. The next reflective discussions will take place online and will be one-to-one meetings, so everyone will have a chat with me one at a time. Part of my job is to make sure that you feel comfortable in these sessions and that you know you can talk about whatever comes to mind. It's not a test and you don't need to worry about not being able to remember the different sessions specifically or anything like that. It's really just a relaxed chat to make sure that you get the most from your experience and that we understand what the most important elements have been and anything that you would have liked to be different. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is the project consent forms. The consent forms are quite long and they might look a little bit intimidating at first, but actually they're all about keeping you safe, making sure you know what you can expect from us and that you're happy to be involved. Although there are lots of separate individual points on the forms, the main things that the form is asking you is if you feel you understand the project and are happy to take part, that you understand that the research is a part of the project and are happy for that too, that you understand that the research may be published in academic journals and other publications, but if this happens, that your name will not be included in those, and that you understand how we will keep your data, any personal data we have about you, and use it only ourselves through the Restoration Trust. If you've any concerns at all about the forms, don't hesitate to get in touch with myself or with Laura. Both our email addresses are on the forms for you to do that. We will be really happy to help you make sense of anything that seems a bit confusing. So, hopefully that's been really helpful, just to have gone through everything related to the project research, and this video gives you a place you can return to if you want to double check anything. I hope you all enjoy the upcoming C4W sessions, and I really look forward to talking with you all at the project's end in November. Bye for now.